Good morning. It's a lovely sunny morning. I'm not sure how cold it is out there, but I'm here with a Singer 247. That's the model number. And I'm not sure what the lady said she had a problem with, but I got it sewing really good. This is the second one I've ever seen just like this. I have one, it's a little newer, it looks just like it, but it's a different color here and it's the switches in a different spot. So that's the only thing that's different. I mean, everything about it looks exactly like the one I have, but mine's a little bit, I guess younger, and this one's a little older. They always call these vintage sewing machines. I think vintage sewing machines are all the black ones, the ones that are like the 200, the 201s, and the, oh, what is it, the 888s, or, those ones, for Singer. Even though they consider this a more of a classic and a vintage classic. But anyway, I always like these machines. They can run just about anything. If you put a different type of needle in, I'm not sure what needle she has in this one. Let's see, we pick it up. I know it's a really tiny needle. Must be like a 12 or 11 or something like that. Or it could have been a 24. I'm not sure, because you can run all those on there on this machine. And usually it's a Singer sewing machine. Needle is what it needs. And she didn't bring a bobbin, but you could put the plastic or the metal ones in here. Plastic works, metal works fine on this machine. Let's see, what else can I tell you about it? Well, let's go over it a little bit with you so you know exactly how to run one of these. First of all, when you want to make a bobbin, you use the spindle. I think there's supposed to be another spindle. I don't know if she needs another one, but this is only one spindle on this one. And you can go from the back side is where you're supposed to put your thread off. And you come around this area here, around this way. And then you want to thread your thread through the bobbin and down and push it down through here. And then you would use this little button to click it over. And then you release the machine on this side, so then it only runs the bobbin. And it works. I tried it. It works great. But right now we're not going to make one of those, and we already had that tighten. Okay. To thread this one, you want to start your thread from the back. Everybody always asks me, why do you want to start your thread from the back? Because some of the older spools have these little things on top that get caught. So... and this is an older one, so they do have a slice up on top and it gets caught. So you always want to start from the back. Now, the newer ones, I think you can go either way with it, I think, because they pop open. Excuse me. And whenever you get ready to thread this, you always want the foot up, because that releases the tension. See the tension, how loose it is? See? And when you put your foot down, the tension gets tight. See, I can't even move it, all right? That means it's locked in. So you want to lift it up, okay? And you start from the back, and you come here, and you want to hook it through this little guy here. It's a little hook. I don't know if you guys can see the hook. See the hook? Okay? And then you want to go in here, down through this way, all the way up, and then you want to pull it this direction and then back so it gets up on this little lever right here. Then you want to put it through the uptake, and the uptake is right through there. You have to thread it through. It's not one of those kind you slice it down through. That's your uptake. That pulls through the tension in order to get the sewing machine to sew correctly. Okay? And then you want to come down, and then there's a little, looks like a corkscrew, and then you want to, flip this around till you get all your thread in there. And then you have teeny weeny, where'd it go? Corkscrew. It's hard to see, but there is one right there. And then you put it in your needle. And yes, I actually put a needle up on purpose, okay? Then when you get ready to sew, you want to put the foot down, okay? And I did all this, and everything's sewing beautifully. I'm going to let you listen to it here in a minute. And I know it's threading away because, I didn't clip my tail. I'm a bad girl. But anyway, you want to clip your tails. And all of it's sewing beautifully and backs up nicely and everything. And to turn this one on, there's a switch right on the top of the light. My switch, I'll show you where my, that's right. Can't turn it on until I turn on there. Now I'll turn it on. There we go. And that's your switch for your light, which then turns your sewing machine on, okay? And, let's see what else I got to do. Oh yeah, we got I think this is a top feed. Let's go look at this real quick before, and a good thing that the light on makes it easier to see. Open it up, and you have a top feed, okay? And this one is well structured. When you want to put your top feed in, it's like, got this underneath, that's good. And you take your bobbin, and you want that bobbin to look like it's coming towards you, like a waterfall coming down. And then when you do that, you drop it into there, and then you turn it slowly back this way and then back this way and hook it into the little hookup right there. It's really hard to see. And then you want to crack the machine like that, and then I always put the needle down into bring it up, and then go ahead and close it, okay? Just to make sure. That's how I do it. This is your width. Right now we don't have any width on it because we're going to do a straight stitch. This is your needle position. Everybody asks me why I like the middle better, is because I work with it better. I mean, most of the time you put it in middle to do zigzag. And if you're going to do like stitching on your left or you're stitching on your right, you would move it that direction. That's whatever you want to do, okay? This is your tension, which we kind of went over it a little bit, up your uptake that pulls it up. This here is your pressure for your pressure on your foot. So if you're running something like heavy material, you want to move that all the way up so the material can be fed through. If you're doing lightweight, you want to go back the other way, which would be like a 2 or something. And right now I'm running 2 pieces of knit together with some stabilizer. So it makes it really thick. So I went with a number 4. Okay. Then this is your length, and the length's working real good. I did it on base stitch and basic stitching, and then a little bit smaller. You don't want it to go anywhere like you're doing buttonholes, and you can do buttonholes with this machine. You can actually put it on 0 to keep it stabilized in one spot, and you bring it back up to 1, and then do your, forward and backwards. But you have to turn your fabric around. It's not like it's going to go backwards for you, because that's a newer machine, not an older machine. And this is your reverse right here. See, you can see it reversing like this. Here we go. See, it's reversing. It's a little crooked a little bit, but you just have to push it a certain way, and it does reverse it. I don't know why that's turning, but let's see. I think that's mostly it. Let's just check to see how it's running. Okay, here we go. Like that. And then we put in reverse. And then we go forward. Like that. All right. And there you go. That's what we just sewed right there. And I turn it over, and it's sewing great on the back, even though it looks like I did a doo-doo there. See right there? But that's because I moved it, and I picked up the needle. And if I didn't pick the needle up, that would never happen. Let's see it this way. And then I'll drop the foot down, like that. Okay, now we can do a zigzag. But when you do a zigzag, you want to put your needle in the highest position, so whenever you move it, this part doesn't move. So when I go over here, all right, I don't know if you can see the needle when it moves, but I'm going to go over, and you can see it moving. And we'll just do a big zigzag, make it easier. And then you can do your zigzag. All right, and I'll pick this up, turn it around, and there's the zigzag. And the zigzag is doing great on the bottom, even though my thread had gotten in there. No, it's not the thread. Okay, good. No, that's right, it didn't get in there. Look at that, it looks great. I think she's going to love her machine. This is not my machine, by the way. A lot of people ask me all the time, is this your sewing machine? I said, no, these are not my sewing machines. I can give you some advice about them, and you can get a manual online, and you can learn more about your sewing machine, the one you have, by reading it. Let's see what else I did. Oh, yeah. And I took out all the thread and pieces of fabric and all that kind of stuff, that I found inside the machine. I went up inside all over the place. I greased it. It has I call it a triple gear area here. There's like a gear, and then a gear down below, and a gear that's running up on top, changes these things. And I greased it. It was pretty bad. It needed grease so bad. It was so dry. And the machine in here was so dry. I re-oiled it. And then I re-oiled it again, and I wiped out the excess. Because if you don't wipe out the excess, it gets on your project. You don't want that. The belt looks still new. You can even still read the inscription on the belt. When the belt gets bad, you'll see black stuff all down through here. It means the belt's getting ready to fall apart. Let me get this centered here. There we go. And then when you run a travel, you want to put your hub down. So you went all the way down. There's your hub. And it's all the way down. So now, you know, when you travel, you don't bump it or anything. Even though this is a hard case, you don't have to worry about it as much. But I still do it that way because that's the way I am. Anyway, overall, if I give this a good review, this machine, I would rather own one of these because it runs so much better. It works so much better. That I don't have any issues with it. It's like a 200, 201. They don't really have any issues. They're just a simple, easy machine to run and easy to take care of. She went and got a deep cleaning, so I scrubbed and cleaned everything, wiped it off, took the rust off, you know, kind of stuff. And now the machine's in perfect working order, just like if she just bought it brand new, which I like that in a sewing machine. Anyway, if you have a sewing machine like this, I'd love to hear from you and what you'd like to sew. And what you like about the sewing machine would be neat too, if you want to talk about that. And, but, you know, if you don't have one and you're looking for one, usually you can get them in thrift stores for between, $25, $35, maybe $50. Might not run, might have issues, might need stuff. If you find one that has everything, like the attachments and extra needles and in a hard case like this, then you're looking around maybe $100 to $135 for one. Some places, like if it's a Singer place, you know, a place that actually sells the darn things, you know, they could go higher because they will give you a lesson with it. So I do that too. I will sit down with you and let you run the machine and let you see how it runs, or I send you a video, something like this, to show you, you know, a little bit about the machine. Other than that, I guess I'm going to let you guys go. I just started this new thing where you can join a membership. We can talk. You can see videos before I put them on. Sometimes I'll have videos, up to 10 of them at a time, uploaded, and you get to see them before anybody else gets to see them. Or you can you know, go to another one where you can just sit and live chat with me or whatever. But I don't mind doing that. It'd be kind of fun, you know, do a live chat on a sewing machine or live chat in the garden or whatever I might be doing. I'm still learning how to use it, but that's okay because, you know, we're all learning. Every day we learn something new about a machine or anything like that. Or you could just subscribe to me and you'll still get a lot of, you know, things about sewing machines and things. I'm going to start making other lists, but only member only, where you get to watch different things. The list will be open to the public, but it probably won't show any videos because you have to be a member to see them. Anyway, I have a blessed day, and just keep watching my videos and liking them. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.